Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, as I usually do every month, I have my May favorites 2019. I have a few makeup products and a few different things, and I also did it a little bit different this month. So if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe for new videos every Monday and Thursday. I think on my last video I mentioned that I'm thinking about changing my upload schedule just a little bit. And yeah, if you'd like to see that, then just keep on watching. Okay, so I thought I would film today's favorites video in a different way. I am in the middle of filming my previous video, but most of the makeup that I have are base products, and then I'll talk about my other favorites while I apply the rest of my makeup. The first one is the Kiko Prime and Fix Refreshing Mist. So, and as the name says, this is a prime and fix, so I'm gonna use it as a primer, although I already have my eyes mostly done, and then I'll use it as a fixing spray. You gotta shake this one really well. It's got a little ball in it or something. And this is kind of a dewy fixing spray. And I have really been loving that lately. I think it's a little bit better for this kind of spring to summer weather to don't have a very matte skin, at least in my preference. Then my next favorite has been the Kiko Full Coverage 2-in-1 Foundation and Concealer. So mine is in the shade Warm Beige 30, and this is one of those foundations with a doe foot applicator, and this has a really nice coverage, and I think it is good for oily skin, and it also gives kind of a almost matte finish. So I usually do my favorites videos with the makeup already applied, but today I thought I would do it some way differently, and this way you can see how the makeup applies. I'm using my velvet sponge that I reviewed in the beginning of the month. I haven't used it a lot since then. I still have to use it a little bit more for it to become a favorite, but I actually really like it. I think it gives a very good finish. And I have already also done my brows. I usually can't talk very well while doing my brows, so I just went ahead and done them. So yeah, I've really been loving this foundation in May, and now this is just slightly a little bit dark for me, but now that the weather is getting really good, I think I can get away with it. And yeah, it's got a really good coverage, it gives a beautiful finish to the face, and it also wears very well throughout the day. I will leave, as always, everything in the description box, and you also still have a few days to enter my giveaway, so I will also leave that in the description box. Now, something I have never mentioned on my monthly favorites, but this is not a monthly favorite, it's kind of an overall favorite, so I would say it's an honorable mention. I've been really loving the Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer, and this one is in the shade C6. So I'm just gonna pop a little bit of that there. And as the foundation is a little bit dark, this will also help to brighten up some areas. Okay, so while I blend my concealer, let me talk to you about my first non-makeup favorite, and it was the movie Avengers Endgame. Now, I know this was actually it premiered on the final days of April, but I didn't get the opportunity to go see it. I think I went on like the first days of May, or even on the last days of April. I still can't remember it, but because I didn't mention it on my April favorites, I really wanted to mention it on this video. I thought I would wear makeup to the movie. I am really glad I didn't, because I bawled my eyes out on the end of it, and I don't want to spoil anything, but you've probably watched it already. So if you know the main character that dies on the end of it, you will know why I absolutely bawled my eyes out. The movie overall is really good. On that last final fighting scene, I even felt a little bit tachycardic. And yeah, it was really good. It feels like the end of an era, because it's been, I think, 11 years, if I'm not wrong. The first Iron Man premiered on 2008. It gives you that feeling like, where do we go from here? And I am a very big fan of Marvel. I'm very excited to see really where do we go from here. I think I just need a little bit of concealer on these spots. So yeah, that movie is definitely a must-watch. Okay, so my next favorite is the NYX HD Studio Photogenic Loose Powder. So I really like to use this on my under eyes with a sponge. I don't exactly do baking with it, but I just like to press it there. Then I go with a brush on the rest of my face, pressing the powder. Also try to remove any excess from my under eyes. So yeah, this powder is very finely milled. It's actually kind of hard to speak while applying it, because it really flies around. But this gives a very... it's actually a strange feeling. It feels like almost dries your face, but it really locks the makeup on. And as it is very finely milled, it leaves your skin feeling so soft. This is another base favorite from this past month. Okay, so while I do my bronzer, I'm gonna talk about another favorite. And I have recently joined Netflix, and I have seen a few things there. One of them was an anime, and this is called Your Lie in April. So this is about a pianist boy and a violinist girl, and he has a few troubles playing because of his mother that died, and she kind of forces him to start playing again. And I have recently started watching anime, and this one is kind of short. It's only around 22 episodes, I think. So this is a really short anime if you want to see it. The story is also very good. It talks a little bit about love and things like that. And this is another thing that got me absolutely cried my eyes out. The ending was really good. I don't want to spoil anything, but it had some things that I was expecting and something else I totally didn't expect. So that was really good. Now, if you've seen my previous monthly favorites, I usually have a game there, and my favorite game this month was Overcooked, and this was free on the PlayStation Plus subscription of May. And this is a really fun multiplayer game for PlayStation 4, and it can be addicting. I mean, it's very exciting to play. It's something that you really have to concentrate, and it can be really fun, take your mind off things. This month has not been the best, and I was feeling very down on some days, and that game really helped me unwind from all the stuff that I was going around. Now, my next favorite is something that is not definitely new to my channel either, and it's the Soft X Revolution highlighter palette. Now, honestly, you've been seeing me use this one a lot lately, and I think I'm going to use, definitely this is my most used shade. So you've definitely seen me use this one a lot. This is very pigmented, and as it has a lot of colors, it does very well on very different occasions. I am a really big fan of Ed Sheeran, not so much of a big fan of Justin Bieber, but Ed Sheeran just came out with the new song I Don't Care that is in collaboration with Ed Sheeran, and I actually really love it. The song is super addicting. You can really get it stuck on your mind. And I kind of also identify with it a lot. Okay, so the highlighter was my final makeup favorite. Now, I still have something else, I mean, apart from the fixing spray, but you already know about this. This is really good. It helps the makeup to wear longer, and this is feeling a little bit matte. It will give it a very beautiful dewy slash, it's more like a satin finish. So I'm just going to use this in the end, but something that I thought it would be on my May favorites, but it's not, because I usually go writing stuff down along the month, and even previously if I thought, oh, this will probably be on my May favorites. But let me rant a little bit. It's the final season of Game of Thrones. I really thought this would be on my May favorites, but it's definitely not a favorite. I was super excited to see it, and I was extremely disappointed on it. I don't hate the way it ended. I just think it was awfully written. If you don't agree with me, I'm sorry, but it's just so disappointing to see so much stuff get built up. I mean, Jon being a Targaryen, Daenerys always saying that she's not like her father, all of the prophecy about the prince that was promised, that was developed on the show. I mean, a little bit, not too much, but it feels like it was all for nothing. And yeah, a lot of stuff that happened. Again, I don't want to spoil anything, just in case you still haven't watched it till now, but a lot of stuff that happened, it was nice, but it didn't make sense because it wasn't developed. I mean, that's the main problem I have with it. I really hope the books will be good. I did have started to read a little bit of the first book, but I thought I would put a stop and finish the rest of the season and then really go deep reading the books. But I really hope George R.R. Martin writes it in a fulfilling way, because this was not fulfilling at all. And yeah, enough of ranting. These are all of my May favorites. I'm just going to finish this and then I'll wrap it up. Okay, so this is my makeup finished, and that is everything for my May favorites. I didn't have a lot of makeup products, but I am probably going to have a few in the next month. And I also had those movie, series, game things, and also that little bit of a rant about Game of Thrones. And yeah, if you like this kind of videos, I do them every month, so give me a thumbs up if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to see that and new videos every Monday and Thursday, I think. And yeah, that is everything for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!